Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you Thursday, July the 8th. The year's 2021. Let's talk trading. Bread and butter trades part 4 with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and from Walmal's. Walmal, you want to tell the boys and girls and non-binary traders out there what's the difference between a bread and butter trade versus another trade, or what makes a trade a bread and butter trade?
Excuse me. Sure. I guess a bread and butter trade, it's, I think I said this yesterday, but I think it warrants repeating, and that's what's going to pay your bills. That's what you need for your living expenses. That's what you need for your business to be able to go and survive. That's what you need to basically continue on life. That's a bread and butter trade for me. The idea of just going and getting everything that you need to go and just continue. And usually those trades, I'm sitting there, and it's usually, not usually, but always the first trades that I take during the day, because that's what I want to do. Is I want to knock that out. I want to knock it out for the day and just say, hey, I'm done for the day. That'd be really nice. And I don't have to worry about making a mortgage payment that month. I don't have to worry about paying the phone bill or whatever. And so that's usually my bread and butter trades. That's when I usually take them. The other trades that I take after that are trades that, I'll go and take because I'm trying to go and, last year you were making fun of me because I was saving up money to go and build a garage, and then what happened was I saved up money to build a garage, and then we had a lumber shortage, and prices skyrocketed. So I said, you know what, these prices are crazy. I got to wait for that to come down before I go build a garage. But the trades I was taking after that was just for that specific purpose. I had a goal, and the goal was to go and make enough money, put it aside, so that I can go and achieve some type of goal of some sort, and so you approach those things a little bit differently. And when I say you approach them differently, your method may not change, okay, but the idea of how you're going to go about it may change. So one of the things that I tend to do a lot of times is that, for my bread and butter trades, if I need to go and trade X lots, in order to go and make my goal, well, when I'm doing when I'm doing my non-bread and butter trades, I may go and actually reduce that a little bit, because I don't want to go and take a chance that I go and mess up the day. So I may go and may knock it down. So let's say I was trading normally for my bread and butter trade. Let's say I'm just picking a number out of the sky. I was trading 2 lots. Well, on my non-bread and butter trades, I may go and start off with 1 lot. But one of the things I do at that point in time, and which is kind of different from me, because I like to keep things simple. In other words, if I'm trading 2 lots, I'll always trade 2 lots. If I'm trading, 3 lots, I'll always trade 3 lots. But what I'll do in this is that I'll cut it down to 1 lot. But as I make money there and I can justify it and I've got some room, I will go and actually up that back up to a little bit, maybe 2 lots or 3 lots or whatever the case may be. But what I'll do is once I'm in profit for the day, I never, ever on those trades ever go and allow it to go and be negative. So the only time I could possibly go negative on a non-bread and butter trade is the very first trade. So let's say I get into the trade, and I wind up taking a loser, and I'm down 3 pips, 5 pips, whatever it may be. I take the loss, and I say, okay, well, it's just the way it is, and I just won't go and trade that anymore. Or I may go and trade it at a much, much, much lower lot size, but more than likely, I just go and just go and quit. And I've been, and I'll admit it fully that I've been very lucky, because usually my first trades are usually my best trades, and I usually make money on my first trade. Where I tend to go and take my losers is usually the subsequent trades, where I may get a little bit sloppy, not paying attention, get a little lackadaisical, and just don't do what I'm supposed to do, and so, I'm usually okay. So I'll take the first trade. I've got some room, get the room there, and I'm able to go and continue to grow that other account. And which brings to the next point is that I generally, for instance, on my bread and butter, I have 1 account for that. And then for these other trades, I have a second account set up. You don't need to do that. It's just what I do, because I don't want to go and mess up my my account that goes in. It provides my bread and butter. I don't want to go and touch that. I don't want to take a chance where I'm having a great day, made core, and then I turn around and blow the day up. If I'm going to blow a day up, I'm going to blow the day up on building my garage, which is not a necessity. It's a want to, not a need to, and so I'd rather blow that up.
Hey, I wasn't making fun of you about your garage.
I think you were trying. What you were actually doing is you were just going and encouraging me to go and continue on and see what you can do.
Yeah, I tell you, stacking those bricks is what I was saying.
Exactly, but that's how I approach them. The approach is slightly different, and it's funny because I know that you asked me a question maybe last week or maybe even the week before, and you said it was a very interesting question. You said, we were just chatting. We were chatting about nonsensical stuff, and I'm just saying, okay, took a trade, okay, I got out of the trade, okay, I got in a trade, got out of the trade, and I was just doing that. Meanwhile, we're talking about stupid, silly things, probably cars or something. I don't know what we're talking about, but you posed the question: do you find that your trades go better when you're doing that? When we're just talking about that stuff, as opposed to when we're really, nailed in on trading and what we're doing. And I think I said to you something along the lines that I tend to do better when we're talking about the nonsensical stuff. And the reason why is because, generally speaking, when we are on the phone and we're talking about trading, I've already made core for the day, and I'm now trying to go and make that other money, where it almost is trading with, it's almost a who cares account. I mean, obviously it's money, so you do care, but it's almost a who cares account because you're just trying to go and make some money, and it's not necessary money. And so in those type of trades, I'm not paying as much detailed attention. When I'm trading my core, and you've seen me do this on a number of occasions, I go silent on you.
Yeah,
I
know.
I just laser focused in, and those are the trades that I'll probably do my best trading doing that because of the fact I'm completely zoned in on it. But for me anyway, I know there's guys out there that probably can do this. But I can't go and do that for 5 hours a day, be zoned in like that. If I was to do that, man, by the end of the day, give me a hospital bed because I need to recover. But at the same time, I can go and do these other things where, hey, that's an obvious trade. That's an obvious trade. That type of thing, and just knock them off real quick. And usually on those trades, I'm not looking to go and I'm not paying attention. If I get a winner, great. If I get a loser, well, that happens. But the good thing is, because what we talked about yesterday in the video is so true, and that is that the trades that we tend to do, you and I anyway, are very, very statistically backed. So if you're seeing the opportunity, you're just taking them in that way, and you just go and take it. Boom, go and do it. Boom, go and do it. You're usually going to be, you're going to be above water, so you'll be in good shape. And that's just how I do it, and it becomes a little bit more fun because, let's face it, you don't ever want to go and have a job where you're not having fun.
Exactly. So, if we're all watching the screen, and we just had a couple of Walmal opportunities at the 60 line, and the first one would have taken you down by about 7, maybe 8 pips, if you would have got in on that second M1 candle for the hour, and then just now there was an opportunity to pick up maybe a pip or two. Yeah, about 2 pips.
Yeah, my chart that I'm looking at right now, the very first time the cross of that 60, the reality was, my chart anyway, it really didn't even cross the 60. It actually only on my chart only got down to 60.2. So to me, that wasn't even an entry. I didn't take the trade. The main reason why I didn't take that trade is because, coming off that high from, earlier, or actually late in the last hour, it already moved down at that point to about 12, 15 pips, so it just would not have been a good opportunity for me. although sometimes I take the trade and just take the chance, but usually I wouldn't go and take that trade, and I certainly would want it to go and cross the 60, and it just, for me anyway, on my chart, it just never made it across that line. We're probably using different brokers right now from each other. But that second opportunity, now I'm saying, now that's another opportunity to go and take, because the reason why we're making another opportunity, and this time it did cross it, and you would have been up maybe a pip or so, would have run against you, a pip or so, and it's one of those things where you could have gotten 2 pips, I guess, if you stayed in a trade, or if you're still in a trade, you'd still be up the pip, and that's the thing, and we're getting to 9 o'clock or so we still got time during the day. We obviously have a red H1. We've only got 10 pips. The pound likes to run away from the open, and because of that, this is, I think, a good opportunity to go and get in. And it probably, my guess is, it's going to go down to maybe 55 or so, something like that. Would be a nice little thing to get to, and you can maybe pick up 4 or 5 pips. Will it do it? I don't know. And that's just the reality. I don't know. Now, if this was a bread and butter trade, I'm going to be honest with you, I would have taken my as soon as that thing stopped and wouldn't move anymore, I would have taken my 2 pips and said, okay, I'll wait for the next opportunity, and then maybe enter the second time. And when it runs down again, if it stops, pick up another 2 pips and just do it that way. It's not scalping, but it's sort of like scalping. It's it's just another way of doing it. And that's just me and what I'll do with my bread and butter, because I got to get to 10 pips. One way or the other, I got to get to my 10 pips. And if I don't care if it takes 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, I got to get to those 10 pips. And if it takes three trades to do it, I'll take the 3 trades. I don't care. That's fine. That's why it's called work.
Yeah, well, because one thing I noticed right now,
and we're down at the 55 right now.
Yeah, we're in the green rat zone. We've got 62.8 on the range, and usually it's going to range up around the 70s or 80s.
Right, exactly. So there's room for it to go and continue. You've got a short day right now. So I'm just looking at my statistics right now. Over the last 20 days, we've averaged 93 pips per day. So we're only 2/3 of the way to the average. Now, of course, this could be a short day. In fact, Monday this week was only 60 pips. But then again, that was also a holiday day. So you got a lot of clues that are out there that go and help you a little bit, and just help you with the statistics a little bit, and that's just what you got to do. It's funny because some guys will go and say, well, you can't make money doing it this way because chop this, that, and whatever. Well, no, you can make money, but you got to be smart about it, and you got to be quick about it. You got to be willing to say, okay, all I'm going to get on this trade is a pip or 2. It stopped. Yesterday I got myself into a trade where I was up 3 pips, and I got greedy, and I should have just jumped out of 3 pips, and I didn't, and then it wound up running against me, and I wound up taking a loss on it. I took a 3 pip loss on it, and it's sort of like kicking myself in the head, because it's sort of like, dude, it came up there, it gave you every sign in the world, okay? It's the type of thing where it ran up against it, looking to the left, it ran up against the wall, it stopped, it sat there, it didn't move, dude, get out, you got 3 pips on the table right now, take your 3 pips. So instead of, walking away, let's say I was trading, 5 lots on it. So instead of walking away with $150, I wound up paying $150, and that's just not what you want to do. You start to take the signs, and trade what you see, and especially if you're doing bread and butter. And unfortunately, I was still in the part of the day where I was trading my bread and butter, and by the end of the day, I was good. But, who wants to go through that aggravation?
Yeah, and once again, the fastest 15 minutes in trading is up. So, fellow traders, I hope this week talking about bread and butter trades helped you. So when you're at your trading platform, just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.